video has surfaced where a couple say they witnessed an angry confrontation in a Mexican restaurant in Wyoming, where Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie got kicked out, and Laundrie returned several times to berate staff. It was August 27th, and it may be the last time Gabby was seen alive. Gabby was described as visibly upset and crying. It's also very important to note that August 27th is the exact same day when Red, White and Bethune spotted Gabby's van.
But saw like, you guys, excuse my French, but I'm freaking the fuck out. Matt and I just realized, because I don't know, because I'm a freaking dumbass and I did not put two and two together, that we not only saw, but saw like a blowout of a situation between Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie in Wyoming when we were there. I'm freaking the fuck out. Yes, we have already talked to authorities. Like, how I did not put two and two together that this happened, like, I don't know. So I'm following this case. Matt's not. He's a guy. He has other shit going on. He could probably care less. I'm filling him in on this case a couple days ago, and I guess maybe he Googled it and saw a picture of Brian. Matt has an insane photographic memory. And so for 2 days now, he's like, I fucking know that guy Brian. Like, I don't know how, but I know this guy Brian. Like, I've seen him before. When Matt says that, anyway, we were in Wyoming. So Matt woke up this morning and he's freaking out. And he's like, oh my God, I know how he looks familiar. Nina, we saw them in Wyoming. They were the couple fighting at the restaurant. We were at this restaurant, you guys. Friday, August 27th, 1 p.m., sitting right next to them. They got kicked out of the restaurant and were fighting with the hostess. They were fighting with the hostess. She was hysterically crying. And she walked out and she was crying and she was staying on the sidewalk. And I was watching the whole thing unfold. And he walked back in the restaurant and he's fighting with the hostess. And I didn't know what happened. I don't even know if they got kicked out, but they like left abruptly. And like she was standing on the sidewalk crying, and he walked back in and was like screaming at the hostess, and then walked back out, and then he walked back in like 4 more times to talk to the manager and to like tell the hostess off. And like all right, I'm calming down and I'm going to try to speak more clearly. I don't even know if these videos are uploading or if they're uploading in order or if they make any sense. I'm just like freaking out right now. I'm having like an out of body experience. How I did not remember this situation, like it just like left my memory. Like, we stayed in Wyoming for another 4 or 5 days for a wedding, and we just had like an amazing trip, and like I didn't think about the couple fighting in the restaurant ever again. But Matt like knew he had seen this guy before and he could not drop it. And then it just like clicked this morning. He woke up out of bed and he was like screaming bloody murder, and he was like, oh my God, I know, I remember it was them in the restaurant. And it just like, I felt like my blood like left my body. I was like, oh my God, like you're right, like it was them. It's just crazy. It feels surreal. Like now I feel, I don't know, just it was weird. And I remember this. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go like more into detail now. I just wanted to get like the general, just like the gist of it out there. I feel like I'm gonna cry. This is so fucking weird. I went to the bath. They were sitting right next to us, like right fucking next to us. And we were both sitting right by the hostess stand, right by the front door. I went to the bathroom. I came back and they were like abruptly leaving, like something happened. At first, my first like, thought was like they were displeased with the service and they were walking out, or they were trying to get out of paying their bill. But it was kind of like a scene. And I was like zoned in for some reason, and Matt was like on his phone, and I was like, babe, like put your phone down, like something is like going on. You guys, it was like a fucking scene, like something that doesn't happen every day at a restaurant. The way he was acting, she was crying, she was upset. This had to have been right before she died. So she walks out, she's upset, she's crying, and he's like more angry. Like you could tell like it's more sadness for her, and she's crying for some reason. I don't know if she was embarrassed or what, because I don't know. I couldn't hear. I don't know what was going on. I could just see what was unfolding. And so she's standing on the sidewalk. I could see her through the front door, and she's standing on the sidewalk crying. And he walks out with her, but then like right away turns around, walks right back in, and he's, you know, kind of like violently like talking to the hostess, and you could tell he's angry. And and they're just kind of like doing the whole like sorry, like we don't know what to tell you kind of thing. You could tell he was relentless. He wouldn't drop it. Whatever it was, he wouldn't drop it. He walked out. He walked back in the restaurant probably 4 more times, just to kind of make a scene and just to get his point across, which, you know, I don't know what that was. I really don't know what happened, but she just apologized. I think she was telling him, like, come on, like, just drop it, let's go. And she, like, looked at the hostess and she was just like, I'm sorry. And that was it. And it's just like I don't even know. I don't even have words right now. It's just weird. It's crazy. And I would have never remembered that. I would have never, like, I was so obsessed with the case and the story, and like I didn't even really think for the longest time at the fact that we were in Wyoming at the same time as them. Like it didn't even cross my mind. And that story of like a couple fighting in a restaurant, or that, you know, that situation, I would have never thought of that. Like I said, Matt, he just has this like extremely like strong photographic memory, and it just hit him. And without a shadow of a doubt, I'm 1,000% positive it was them. If you think it sounds crazy, like, I agree. It sounds crazy to me too. Like, I'm still in shock. Like, I can't believe that this happened. I can't believe that we not only like saw them, like we didn't just see them walking on the street, like we witnessed an incident, like a whole like ordeal. Like it's crazy. And I didn't put this out there for attention or for any other reason, for any other ulterior. I didn't have any motive. Simply just wanted to put this out there because, 1, it's crazy, and 2, I hope that it helps with maybe adding the timeline together of what happened leading up to her death. And that's it. So do what you want with the information, or believe me, don't believe me, I really don't care. That's that. So hopefully we get some surveillance from the restaurant and it can help somebody figure this shit out. You guys, I don't know